Real quick, what's good, y'all? Fusion here, back with a video. Whatever. Had to get that out the way. This is the night that Morgan Wallen did his whatever the fuck with Drake. He came out, they hung out, whatever. Bad look by Drake. Morgan Wallen has a Kid Rock shirt on, and if you don't know who Kid Rock is, that's a good thing. And it's just a bad look. Let me tell you why. This dude has been, his blackness has been questioned recently. What he's doing for the culture has been questioned recently. Like, despite what you think about Drake, despite what you think about Kendrick, like despite what you think about race in general, his card was pulled. That is a fact. Stuff was questioned. Not just because of what Kendrick said, but because of what you said. Always rapping like you about to get the slaves free. That was a funny line. And then Kendrick flipped it. And he's like, why is he double down calling us some slaves? That makes you think about that line. That makes you be like, oh, I made a mistake. Or Kendrick listened to that and was like, he doesn't even know what he is talking about. Optically, again, I only want to talk about an optic conversation with Drake and what everything that he is doing and how he's doing everything wrong right now. There's no reason for him to be, after knowing what's going on with right-wing conservative people, knowing you said this slave bar, knowing you are a part of Stake, who, in my opinion, is pushing these like conservative fuckboys super, super hard for some reason. You got Aiden Ross, which is the ultimate douchebag, and you're trying to do a freaking stream with him, knowing what he is. Optically, again, you were called a pedophile, my guy. Why are you on stream? There's certain things that he is doing that he is just not paying attention to what he is doing, that it just looks bad. If you watched like that Millie Bobby Brown interview, I don't think that what he was doing was malicious. But if you stack on the times, how many times he's reached out or tried to make conversation, or he recently followed a 18-year-old. Again, that by itself, in my opinion, I don't think is malicious or bad. But when my name is in a lawsuit that Drake put up himself, a lawsuit about people calling me a pedophile, about people calling me weird, about people saying stuff about Canada, racism, blah, blah, blah. Him saying that certain things are causing anti-Semitism, but then you're hanging around with Slur Boy, who said the N-word, who is known to have said the N-word or a racial slur and has apologized for it. I'm embarrassed and I'm sorry. So he knows it's an inappropriate racial slur. That's established. Okay? That's established. He put on a fucking Kid Rock shirt. And we know what Kid Rock is. And you're just going to stand behind him in this climate. I think that politics are important to talk about. I think that artists and huge content like creators should be making a stance in a divide. Reason being, kids look up to you. Reason being, teenagers look up to you. Reason being, young adults look up to you. There was a commercial a long time ago that Charles Barkley said that I am not your role model. And I think back then, that is a valid thing to say. But you nowadays, live streams, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok. Artists and celebrities, their whole job now is to be forward facing to people. So you automatically become that. You automatically become entranced into a child's life just because you're always there. It's just like when Michael Jackson died. My parents felt that. I know some other people's parents felt that. When Prince passed. When Kobe passed. So when you do certain things, when you say certain things, when you are around certain people, after your card was pulled, it sort of just seems like you don't give a fuck. Like, to me, again, I'm only talking from Fusion, and again, this is an optics conversation only. I don't know Drake. I don't know Morgan Wallen. I know of Kid Rock because Kid Rock does not know how to shut his mouth. But again, when you have that Not Like Us song come out saying, hey, this dude is around questionable people all the time. This dude does questionable stuff all the time. You calling us some slaves. And then you hang out with a possible racist who supports a racist, as you can see by his shirt. That gets queasy. That's not a good look. Drake is the king of not good looks. That is his problem. If you don't believe me, look at that Millie Bobby Brown situation all over again. I personally think what Drake did was weird. I don't think it was malicious. Millie Bobby Brown said that it wasn't malicious. But optically, after you took that other girl out on a date, after you're known to be being weird around other people's girl, after that video of you kissing that 17-year-old, was that his fault? Who knows? That's not what the conversation is. Optically, I think that dude is a nasty man, but you know, I don't. Anyway, his team is not putting him in the best position to look favorably anymore. Do you think it's a coincidence he is not on the radio? There's a lawsuit going on. There's conversations about your sexuality, like the nature behind your sexuality with these kids. You're following 18-year-olds and if all those were separate, personally, I don't think it's weird, but I always known Drake was off, but not because of that stuff, but because of other shit. But anyway, if you put that all on paper and just look at it, this dude is not doing good. His fans are just going to be like, well, he's going to drop Iceman pretty soon. Like, come on, dude. After you get into again, optics. After you get into a rap beef, the next song you drop is with Sexy Red, and he called you out with Sexy Red. Again, optically, you getting after your rap beef of your next album is an R&B collab album that you didn't even let your main artist do what he was supposed to do on that shit. And your biggest song, nah, I ain't even gonna touch that because I feel like that's good. Actually, his biggest song is such a forced hit, and you all know it. Eventually, I'm early on that. I really am early. Nokia is a forced hit because people are mad that Drake kicked their king's ass. That's just me talking shit. That had nothing to do with the Drake Optic video, but that's just me poking at you guys. But yeah, bro, Drake needs to slow down. He needs to get off of these live streams. Do not get on a live stream because you know what questions are going to ask, and then you're going to try to dodge those questions, or you're going to just throw shade when you know damn well that you already hopped in the ring and lost. Because, again, you're not like us. That phrase, not like us, is going to live forever as long as this dude keeps doing what he's doing. Bad luck. Bad luck. But that's all I got for me. For you guys, tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. I said I was going to do a double upload today talking about Kevin Durant and the Rockets. I don't think I'm going to do a triple upload, but I'll probably drop that one tomorrow. This one did have to come out, though, because I definitely wanted to talk about that. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.